Today, we have a very special reaction. We're going to be watching the race to beat Tidal Wave. Now, I've already reacted to Tidal Wave. I already know Zoink's the verifier. I know Trick's first victor. I'm already knowing, but I think Tidal Wave in my head is like a pivotal like level in this entire game because it sat for top 1 for like a long time. Oh, I cursed. I gotta cut that out. Remind me. And on top of that, I think that because there's only like 4 people in the entire world that's still beating it, and it was top 1 for this long.
Geometry Dash.
I think it's a very like pivotal like level in the game. So I wanted to watch this, and also my coach beat this level, and I've never watched him beat it. So yeah.
Geometry Dash, while it appears easy at first glance, is a complete understatement.
Okay, what other documentary did this guy make?
Shows the levels created by its developer Toph. And while these main levels fundamentally show the creative aspect of the game, nobody could have expected the lengths in which the Geometry Dash community would go, with the help of one simple click. While being given a handful of options to experiment and test the game's limits, 2 of which is what made the community spark on its own. By 1,
Toph,
you can create your own levels and upload them for the community to see what you built. And
no, cups in the chat, bro. Gups in the chat. Cup. You didn't. Sorry, YouTube viewers. I know you guys hate when I pause, but there's my boy Gup in the chat, and he's seeing me like this, and
the other for players.
I got 200 subs to do this, by the way.
With this comes a very important task. You see, in order to upload your own levels, you need to beat it. Whether it is easy or difficult, it is what needs to be done. But that shouldn't be much of a problem unless you want to verify something unbelievably difficult. It has been done many times before to further expand the lengths of players' skill and precision. And while there were many players that broke the barrier to what was once deemed impossible, one level in particular has done just
that. Boo! Yo, chill out. We're watching the video. Chill out.
When creating a level that you want to stand out, you need to choose between 3 different routes. The creative route, difficult route, or a mix of both. And if you are lucky, your level could be featured. This means that the developer Toph has approved the level to stand out with the tens of thousands of other known creators, instead of it being lost to time. And with these thousands of levels comes different varieties of difficulty, going from easy all the way to extreme demon, which is the hardest difficulty category the game presents. And with the hundreds of extreme demons out there, one stands out among the rest. And that level is none other than Tidal Wave.
Hey! Please don't be copywritten, because I don't want to have to edit this. Hey!
Created by OniLink, it is arguably known as the hardest level ever legitimately beaten. It took the verifier, Zoink, almost 50,000 attempts to beat it. And while most people wouldn't bother even attempting to get progress on this level, a few, however, did. The first major progression video uploaded was actually done the same day Tidal Wave was verified, on the 10th of September.
Yo, chill. We're trying to watch the video, bro. Chill.
24%. Achieved by Vision, it was the start of the race to become the first victor of this insane level. But there was a problem. The first drop of the level is infamously known as the hardest part, because of its precision needed to pass through it. So if there was anyone to make more progress, it would take a little while for someone to pass it. But on October 23rd, Trick, one of the best players as of right now, achieved 43%, moving past the hardest section of the level.
Oh, it's so inspirational, man. That's my coach.
Hell, bro, I just got 43. Damn.
That's my coach.
At this point, Trick is now in the lead. Hundreds of thousands of players cheered him on for his progress. And what's crazy is that he wasn't done from there, because 4 days later, on October 27th, he would achieve a new record of 62%.
My demon.
Oh my god, bro. Holy shit. Oh my god.
His dedication and consistency was insane. And to everyone, it looked like he was going to be the clear winner of the race to become the first victor. However, something would put a halt for anybody to have.
Wait, that's how you spell
progress.
halt? I don't think I've ever seen that word typed out before.
Months would go by without any major progress from Trick or Vision, and nobody else wanted to give it a try. Why exactly? Well, you see, 2 months before Trick's 62% run, Geometry Dash had its 10-year anniversary, and some major news was announced in that video. The release of Geometry Dash's recent update, 2.2.
Wow, I knew that.
It was to be released at some point in October, and for the meantime, everyone was focused on waiting for this very long-awaited update. But weeks would go by, and there was no update. It turns out, Geometry Dash was going to be pushed back to November.
Hey, the best month of the year.
Away, the hope for 2.2 to release would sadly diminish.
November 2023.
Again, weeks would go by.
That was not a good year for me. Not a good month.
RobTop actually released it. The news spread like wildfire. Millions of people looked away from the hardest levels and wanted to experience the new update in all of its glory, testing out many new mechanics, the new platformer mode, breaking Geometry Dash, and more. And while everyone is having the time of their lives, a massive controversy would unleash, and it would draw everyone's attention back to Tidal Wave.
Chills.
Despite Zoink verifying the level 5 months before, Tidal Wave never actually had been rated. Everyone didn't think much of it at first, but because it has been 2 months since RobTop released 2.2, people thought he'd finally have the time to rate it, but it never happened, which made people so mad to the point that Geometry Dash mods were getting attacked, which eventually ended up with RobTop being the decider to rather rate it or not. And well, it was rated. With the community now focused back to Tidal Wave, progress would slowly start returning. Because the day before Tidal Wave's official rating, Helix would get a run of 40%, making him Trick's first competitor, and one of the most underrated players in the race.
Loki, it's kind of an insult to call any of these players like his competitors, but it's alright.
What?
We'll give it. We'll let him slide.
This competition was short-lived because, in Helix's own words, this attempt was crazy blessed. I am not getting back there.
So I'm saying, how can you call this comp?
Meaning Trick's title as the dominant player was safe. But only a week later, Trick would meet his new competitor.
This guy's doing this 10 days after Valentine, by the way.
Oh my God.
Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
What? Now you have more focus from Zero than Trick.
Somebody had matched Trick's 62%.
Who said that? No. Who said that? Get me in a call with that guy. Deadass. Give me in a, I will fucking press the fuck out of that guy. Get me in a call with that guy.
And not only
Zero,
that,
thanks for the follow.
This player had just barely beat Trick's record by pure decimals.
Don't want Trick to fuck me, weird ass kids.
Crying face emoji.
Oh wow, the kid that's 14 years old who dropped out of school at 14 to like play Geometry Dash full time. Wow.
Both players for their new and surprisingly fast progress on the level. While the community questions who is superior, both players have been non-stop grinding Tidal Wave. And on February 25th, PopOff would get a new best.
Wow. 11 days after Valentine's Day, by the way. This guy definitely doesn't have a girlfriend.
76%. Dying at the second last part of the level. And while the community starts shifting sides on who is going to be first, Trick would get 73%.
You guys are dick riding a 14-year-old, by the way. Keep that in mind.
73.
My demon.
The race was getting closer, and people were excited and curious on who would be victorious. But 4 days later, PopOff would literally pop off. I know, I'm sorry. 95%. He would die at the last click. People were thrilled and upset that PopOff would die because of a simple misclick. But at this point, he was far above in the race.
I've never died past 94%.
And PopOff
I could never die past 94.
The race seemed conclusive with the belief that PopOff would win. But something would happen that would have everyone edging on their seats.
Edging? Whoa.
On March 4th, Trick would return for vengeance.
Whoa, chill. This kid's 14, bro.
No!
Oh, no, so unlucky. No.
What? No.
So unlucky. No.
I couldn't breathe. I literally couldn't breathe.
So unlucky.
95%.
No.
Dying just barely before PopOff's run.
Actually unlucky.
This is by far one of the closest races that the community has ever seen. Not only are we witnessing two absolutely
I've died at 95 plus a
players
couple times, Trick. It's alright.
but it made everyone glued to their screens to find out who would finish the level off for good. And on March 8th, someone would finally put an end on Tidal Wave.
I beat Tidal Wave! I beat it! I beat it! Oh my god! I beat it! Oh my god! No! There's no way! There's no way I just did
that!
Slow down,
14-year-old!
There's no way!
Slow down!
I beat it! Oh my god! I beat it!
That's my coach. That's deadass my coach.
After over 70,000 attempts, Trick would become the first victor
that's fast as shit.
Wave, finally he's closing like, the race after many months.
Really
and
quick.
While the story would normally end here, there are some last-minute updates. PopOff would become the second victor 3 days after Trick.
You snoozed and you lose.
Understand how determined and connected this community truly is. Both players supported each other along the way, and it's a journey that no one should ever forget.
Mario costume bullying a 15-year-old. Wilt a flower emoji. 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 Wilt a flower emoji.
Secret Ways in the YouTube chat. He said, at least try to hide the glazing. What glazing? What?
I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I apologize if I missed out on anyone's progression or any additional information.
Guys, you gotta think about this too. You guys gotta think about this too, though. Guys, you gotta think about this too, though, real quick. Again, PopOff dropped out of high school or middle school to play Geometry Dash full time. Trick's out here doing business calls for 8 hours a day, doing financial moves in the background. Like, he doesn't even play this game like that. And he still beat him. Like, you guys gotta think. Like, this is what I'm talking about. This, like, you got, like, if he cared enough, like, he could just, like, he would be so far ahead of everyone else, it wouldn't be close. You're making shit up. Zip it up, bro. Alright. W video. Hey, wrong way. Thanks for the video, bro. That makes PopOff more dedicated to the grind. To Geometry Dash? Trick's dedicated to the life grind.